wanted to say thank you again for coming, welcome. And I wanted to thank the president, she's not here, but maybe she'll join us in a little bit in the Mishra. So you see there's no tables, there's really no chairs. So it was a big honor for us to be here without it actually being open. Yeah. So kudos to her. Yeah, so that's great. So that's one. And then the second thing is, we did dedicate a conference room to Don Victor Garza over in the Enlace office, the old one. And so we're gonna rededicate this one to him. So I'm really happy that you're all here, families here, friends, and people who've known him for so long and actually know. And I could go on, but let me just say this, a book is being written. So if you need a whole history about him, his book will be ready. I don't know when, but it'll be ready. So we'll have that book. So it's really interesting just how much Don Victor has done for our community. So much that he has done. And I know, Maria, you've been around quite a bit, so you know all the things that have happened. And especially on this campus, you know, and speaking a little bit about the Enlace program, it started as the Puente program. And way back in the day, there was a lot of challenges that were happening. So Enlace started as Puente, but then they wanted to teach the math component. So then they became Enlace. And we still keep the model that we have for Puente, the curriculum, the mentors, that is still intact. So we are an academic program, and we are glad that we were able to sustain that for 40 years. So anyways, fast forward, a couple other things that have happened. We now have science included. We have a counseling career development courses that's included. So it has been a big change, and it continues to grow, continues to serve students. And the best way I can describe it is when someone says, well, what's Enlace? I just say it's a mini college within the college, and we're working with Chicano Latino students. That's what we do. And they're like, oh, okay, I get it. So anyways, we just celebrated our 40th anniversary, and thank you. I know it was really small, so we didn't open up to a whole bunch of people, but the people who were like old school, who really like Ed Ramirez was there, and some folks who were kind of the founders who really brought this to light to where we are right now. It was a very exciting time. Very proud that we were able to do that. Don Victor had a big part in all of it. So with honors, I'm so glad that you're here today, Don Victor. I keep telling him, and I go way back. He was my boss at one time. We used to hang out at Atunas. So after work, right? Anyway, so, but fast forward, a lot has happened in between from my college days to being here, graduating from this campus myself. I never thought that it could happen. But in working with Don Victor, I see that Si Se Puede continues to be Si Se Puede. So that's a big deal for our students right now. There's a lot of hope. But with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and just show you a couple of things, just to kind of, there's so much history, but I just wanna show you a couple of things that have happened in the past, starting here in East San Jose, the boycotts, Cesar Chavez, and the grapes, and all these different things that were happening in that era. We have the mentor program here. We have Mario Chavez, who basically really started a lot of this, you know, had the idea that, you know what, our students from the East Side, they're not passing the English. What are we gonna do? And so him and a couple of folks got together, Don Victor, I think Jose Carrasco was also part of that.
Dr. George Castro.
Dr. George Castro. So quite, you know, got together and made this happen. And then you also see how we have like leading role models and continue to lead. So that's really important. I want to keep these. I know they're old, but I want to keep them. I think it's important to know our history and to share that history with the young folks coming in. Really important. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and read this part. This is what we did back in, oh, you changed the date. Yes. Thank you. I'm like, wait a minute, that's October 2023. So, on this 19th day of October 2023, the Enlace program students, faculty, and staff of Evergreen Valley College formally rededicate this student success area to be known as the Victor Garza Senior Academic Center. Yay. Mr. Victor Garza Senior is a founding member of the Enlace Mentor Advisory Council and was the first community mentor from the city of San Jose to work with Dr. Mauro Chavez in formally establishing the Enlace program. Since the establishment of the Enlace program in 1983, Victor Garza Senior has continued to provide invaluable community input as the chair of the Mentor Advisory Council and commits his time selflessly to ensure Enlace students are provided every opportunity to receive quality mentoring from Chicano Latino professionals in the greater San Jose community. So, cheers again. Let this dedication of the Victor Garza Senior Academic Center be a testament of the heart and passion that Mr. Victor Garza Senior has for the Chicano Latino students at Evergreen Valley College, as well as the appreciation, respect, and love that thousands of Enlace students have for their mentor and friend. Gracias, Don Victor Garza.
Thank you.
And then we did get this surprise all the way from Texas. I hope I didn't do anything wrong. And I believe there was another something over. There was something else in Texas that was dedicated to you.
A building, I think, an
Is
entire
it a
building.
billboard?
Right, community center.
A building.
Community center.
Community center. So wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, people who came from Texas too. Appreciate you being here. So I'm going to put that up. Another thing is when we have 3 student organizations within the Enlace program, and one of them is the Enlace Honor Society. And so we have Dr. Frank Espinosa, who's going to come and speak a little bit about that, and then go from there.
Okay.
Ready?
Sure. Thank you, Elaine.
Sure.
Just a couple things before I talk a little bit about the Enlace Honor Society.